Why does the first chapter of the Quran hold such a profound place in the hearts of millions? This is a question that many ask, and the answer lies in the beauty and significance of Al-Fatiha, the opening chapter of the Quran. Revered as the essence of the Quran, Al-Fatiha holds a unique position in the spiritual life of Muslims. It is recited in every unit of the Muslim prayer, signifying its importance in the daily rhythm of devotion. A chapter of just 7 verses, Al-Fatiha is a potent distillation of the Quran's core message, encapsulating themes of mercy, guidance, and the path of righteousness. It's a spiritual compass, guiding millions towards a path of enlightenment and inner peace. Al-Fatiha is more than just the opening chapter. It's the heart, the pulse, the very lifeblood of the Quran. Now we dive into the very verses of this chapter, unraveling their meanings in simple English. The first verse, "In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful," begins with a powerful declaration. This verse is the invocation of the divine, where the speaker calls upon Allah, the ultimate source of all mercy and compassion. The phrase, "in the name of Allah," is not just a mere mention. It's a conscious act of dedicating every endeavor to Allah, a recognition that all power and ability come from the divine. The emphasis on mercy, both in its general and more intensive forms, underscores the nature of Allah as the most compassionate and the most merciful. This is a profound reminder of the boundless mercy that Allah extends to all of creation. Moving on to the second verse, "Praise be to Allah, the Lord of all the worlds." This verse is a grand statement of gratitude. It recognizes Allah as the Lord, the sustainer and the caretaker of all the worlds, both known and unknown to us. This verse encourages a mindset of gratitude, acknowledging that all the blessings and goodness we experience in our lives are ultimately from Allah. It's a call to cultivate thankfulness in our hearts and to view our world through the lens of gratitude. The third verse, "The entirely merciful, the especially merciful," is a powerful reiteration of the divine attributes of mercy. This verse reinforces the central theme of divine mercy and compassion that is introduced in the first verse. It's as though the Quran wants to firmly establish in our hearts the understanding of Allah as the source of infinite mercy. This repetition serves to soothe the soul, reminding us yet again that no matter what we face in life, Allah's mercy is always greater, always encompassing. These verses set the tone for the rest of the Quran, emphasizing mercy, compassion, and gratitude. It's as if the Quran is laying out the emotional and spiritual landscape for our journey through its verses. A landscape filled with divine mercy, compassion, and a call for gratitude. This is the foundation upon which the rest of the Quran is built. Moving forward, the fourth verse, "Sovereign of the Day of Recompense," introduces a sense of accountability. This verse ushers in a profound concept, a day of reckoning known as the Day of Judgment. This is not a day to be taken lightly. It's a day when every soul will be held accountable for its actions, a day when justice will be served in its purest form. The Sovereign of the Day of Recompense is an acknowledgement of the absolute authority of the divine on this particular day. It's a recognition that on this day, no power, no influence, no wealth, no status can come to the aid of the individual. The only thing that matters is the actions one has taken during their lifetime. This verse serves as a reminder, a nudge to the conscience of all believers to lead a life of righteousness, to strive for good deeds, and to abstain from actions that could lead to regret on that day. It is a call to personal responsibility, a call to live a life of purpose and meaning. Then we move on to the fifth verse. "It is you we worship, and you we ask for help." This verse is a declaration of monotheism, a proclamation of the belief in one God. It's an affirmation of the believer's faith and trust in the divine. But it's not just an affirmation of faith. It's also an acknowledgement of our human limitations, our need for divine assistance. It's an expression of our dependence on the divine, not just in times of distress, but in our everyday lives. It's a humble admission that we, as humans, are not self-sufficient. We need guidance, we need support, we need help. And who better to seek help from than the divine himself? These verses highlight the importance of personal responsibility and reliance on divine assistance. They remind us to strive for righteousness and to seek help from the divine in this journey of life. They serve as a compass, guiding us towards a life of purpose, meaning and fulfillment. The final verses guide us on the straight path, the path of those who have received your grace, not the path of those who have brought down wrath upon themselves, nor of those who have gone astray, serve as a humble plea. Now let's delve into these final 2 verses of Al-Fatiha. They represent a heartfelt supplication for guidance, a deep yearning to tread the path of righteousness. Imagine standing at a crossroads seeking the right way, the way that leads to inner peace and spiritual fulfillment. Here, the supplicant is asking for divine guidance to choose the right path. The path tread by those who have received divine grace, not the path of those who, through their own actions, have brought wrath upon themselves, or those who have lost their way. These verses encapsulate the essence of our spiritual journey. They remind us that we are not alone in this quest, that we are constantly guided and supported by divine grace. They also remind us that the path of righteousness is not always easy to discern. It requires humility, constant vigilance, and an open heart to recognize and follow. Now, as we come to the end of this verse-by-verse breakdown, let's take a moment to reflect on the central themes of this opening chapter of the Quran. Al-Fatiha is a chapter of mercy, a chapter of gratitude. It is a call to responsibility and a reminder of our reliance on divine assistance. It is a humble plea for guidance, an invitation to embark on a spiritual journey. Ultimately, Al-Fatiha is a mirror. It reflects the state of our heart, our aspirations, our fears, and our hopes. It is a compass that points us towards the straight path, a path that leads us to our true home. To conclude Al-Fatiha, the opening chapter of the Quran, is a succinct yet profound summary of the spiritual journey that the Quran invites us to embark upon. Finally, many thanks for watching our video today, and if you found it helpful in any way, it would be greatly appreciated if you can hit the like button and consider subscribing to our new channel. This motivates us to make more engaging videos like this for you in the future. We would also like to wish you good luck in your own journey ahead, and we hope to see you all again in the next video.